available until the 11th hour. So knowing that it's so late in the game, and Nick being able to make a move to be able to get him, I think that credit goes to Nick and him being on it and dialed in and ready to go to get Joe here. And, we knew we wanted to add to our running game, and adding Joe, it was the perfect fit for us.
DeMeco, with the deep balls, how correct would you feel like all that is just for the alignment, assignment, and technique? And are there some things that you saw that just like, hey, that's an easy fix, or do you think it's a little more involved in that?
With the deep balls, first credit to, their receiver going up and making a play, tremendous catch by him. Just 50-50 ball. In those instances, you want to be able to come down with it as the defender. It didn't happen. They made a play and we didn't. The other couple deep balls where guy got behind us, that's solely up to us, right? We can't allow receiver to get behind us, and we have to be better there.
After the punt block, they scored pretty quick after that.
Yeah.
But what kind of happened on the punt block, and then on the ensuing offensive possession for you guys? Nice long drive,
Right.
sort of tamp things down. Is that something that you wanted out of that, or is it just, hey, that's how the drive turned out, that it ended up being a long possession?
With the punt block, it's something we had talked about all week, and we knew they're heavy rush team, and they're coached up really well. Probably one of the best, punt rush units in the league. So we knew the look on the punt block. We just have to make sure we get our depth and we make sure we sit on the right person. We didn't do that. Mistake on our part, and it turns into a block kick and a turnover, and they score. So we have to be much better, first and foremost, in protecting on the punt unit. If you don't protect, then you won't have anything to cover. So it starts there. And in the drive after that by our offense, I think it just happened that way, that we were able to, methodically drive down, burn some clock and, move the ball down the field.
Does that sort of settle things down when you have that long type of drive?
I don't think it was any chaos per se. It was for me, it's just, hey, they made a play. Like, you don't make that play or allow that play to become more plays, right? They make a play on their special teams unit defensively. The one thing I'm most proud of is Eric Murray making a stop on that 2-point play there. That was, to me, the play of the game, for Eric to step up and make a play to not allow them to get the 2 points.
One of the more underrated parts about the team is having a kicker like Kaimi that can make 50-plus yard field goals. How important is it to now be able to open up the playbook knowing that you could go for it on fourth down, or in that situation you need to capitalize and just get a quick field goal? You can trust knowing that a guy like Kaimi can consistently make those kicks.
I trusted Kaimi last year, so it's no different. Kaimi's been a consistent kicker in this league for a long time. So, nothing that he's shown yesterday is that changed my thought process on how we operate from managing the game.
Throughout history, it was a narrative, right, that defensive coaches tend to be a little more conservative when it comes to like 2-point conversion and going for it on fourth down. You appear to, dating back to last year, you appear to be more aggressive in that aspect. What kind of fuels it that? Is it like analytics? Is it numbers? Like, what kind of fuels it to you going for it as often as you do on fourth downs throughout games?
Part of it, I think, for fourth downs, everybody's into that now with the analytics. For me, it's part analytics, but it's also part feel. I think for me, I have to have a feel for our team, and just in that moment, like, momentum is a real thing, and you feel it at times. And for me, I'm into the game. Like, I'm not just going strictly off of what analytics say, or you'll go for it every time if you went off of that. But everybody always wants you to go for it, but they don't have to live with those decisions. So it's just, for me, it's a heavy feel of the team and where we are at that point in the game.
With Sarge and John.
Go ahead, John. You can go first.
DeMeco, because of the success you all have had in the first 2 years, a lot of teams will try to replicate what you all have done. As far as how you all built this team, what do you think about that potential in teams trying to replicate what you all have built?
Jonathan, I really don't think anything about it. It doesn't have any bearings on what we do. Like, we're just trying to win games and get as many good players as possible. I understand what you're saying about teams trying to mimic what you do, and I think that's been kind of the history of the league. Every one successful program, you try to mimic it, going back to the Denver Broncos and Mike Shanahan, how he ran things, and everybody tried to emulate that. Then you go to Coach Belichick and what he did with the Patriots, and teams try to emulate that. But also think everybody has to just be themselves and run it how they want to run it.
DeMeco, what's the key to holding Taylor 3 yards of carry compared to what happened in the last game last year?
Really proud of our defensive line for the way they just eliminated the space up front. We set edges and we created penetration. So that allowed us to play really well versus Taylor in the run game. No, he's been a problem for us for a while. Big game on us last year. So one of the things I'm most proud of is stopping the run versus those guys. They're a tough unit to stop. And I'm very proud of our guys. Not only did they set edges, but the way our guys tackle. I feel like we tackle much better than we did in the last game of the season last year. That's it. Thank you, guys.